Scalpers, a company that creates limited production controllers and consoles, have cancelled all of the pre-orders for their custom black PS5. Taking the iconic black design of the PS2, the nostalgic nerds over at Supers, don't at me, that's how the staff describe themselves, originally intended for over 300 of these custom-designed PS5s to ship out to customers soon, at $650 or $750 a pop, depending on whether you got the digital version or the disc version. Not anymore. You know why? Because its staff began receiving death threats. A little while ago, Supers announced via its Twitter account that its staff began receiving credible threats to their safety. And then all orders were cancelled and are currently being refunded as we speak. And Supers deleted its Twitter account. How did we get here? Demand far outstretched supply around the time of the PS5 launch, to an extent I don't think even Sony anticipated. And with demand outstretching supply comes a scarcity of consoles, and with a scarcity of consoles comes desperation, which led to, well, you read the title of this video, right? Here's how the launch of the PS5 went down and the subsequent chaos that followed. And this is a long one, so settle in, folks. Right, so the launch of the PS5. Sony's console was released in November 2020 to great fanfare. Underground stations in London were decorated with names that combined the station with PlayStation games in an unholy punny matrimony, paired with the iconic London Underground signs being changed to the PlayStation button shapes. It was all very wholesome and cool and was a great move by the PlayStation marketing team, but no one had any idea what was coming next. Although the actual release date of the PS5 was November the 12th or the 19th, depending on where you live, at the time of publishing this video, it's still yet to be released in some territories. The problems and drama started long before then. September the 17th saw pre-orders going live, and then promptly being beaten to death as retailers' entire allocation of stock sold out in minutes. Sorry, no, that wasn't when stuff started to go wrong. The proverbial hit the fan before that, when some storefronts got a little bit too excited and opened pre-orders early on September the 15th and 16th. Some pages worked, others didn't. Eager beavers got time-out errors, out-of-stock alerts, and broken links. One member of staff over at The Verge got themselves a digital PS5 despite the fact that Amazon's listing was only live for 3 minutes. Hell, GameStop even advertised PS5 pre-orders despite the page for pre-orders not even being live yet. Other sites went down due to the zenith of traffic stampeding their way. Walmart, GameStop, Sam's Club, Best Buy and Target in the US, and UK sites like Box, John Lewis, eBuyer.com, The Game Collection, Simply Games, AO, Curry's PC World, Very, Smiths and Game all sold out over and over and over again. In September, in the midst of all this happening, The Verge reported that even if you managed to be favoured by the gods and got through the error codes and timeouts and broken links to a web page listing the PS5, they were flickering in and out of stock, errored out of adding items to your cart, and had the PS5s straight up disappear from the cart mid-transaction. It got to the point where Walmart cancelled successful pre-orders due to concerns about stock availability. Eventually, the idea that you could pre-order a PS5 was basically a myth. So, Jim Ryan, PlayStation's CEO, was getting emailed by gamers asking him to help them get a PS5, with some of those sending emails having been around since the launch of the PlayStation and now in their 50s, desperate to have a PlayStation 5 to call their own. PlayStation admitted in a tweet that pre-orders could have been a lot smoother, and announced that more consoles would be coming, but the situation didn't really improve. Difficulty securing a PS5 didn't stop it selling as many units in 12 hours as the PS4 did in 12 weeks. Christ alive. Oh, you thought the fuss was over because you got your PS5 pre-order safe and sound with an email confirmation and everything? Nope. Some retailers contacted customers who had not only braved the gauntlet and made it out intact, but also secured a PS5 that they might not get their consoles on launch day after all. Target told The Verge that they might get the PS5 from November the 13th to the 18th, before eventually saying that they wouldn't be getting one at all. Amazon did likewise, warning customers in an email that they might not get a console after all. And then Shop2 felt left out, so it also gave the same update to some unlucky folks too, saying that they couldn't get them a console on day one, but then told them to keep their pre-orders and their place in the queue with Shop2 on the off chance that a customer might cancel their pre-order and let them move up a space in the queue. Shop2 had a whole other thing about registering your interest to pre-order a PS5 and then converting that interest into an actual pre-order, but those emails got stuck in some junk folders. But honestly, I don't even have time to dwell on that because there is still so much more to get through. Okay, you've got your pre-order, you have confirmation it's coming from Amazon, you can track it, you're waiting by the door, you get the parcel that feels a bit odd but it's probably fine, and you open it and inside waiting for you after so much stress and exasperation and money is an air fryer, or cat food, or rice, or even a George Foreman grill. Thefts started to happen. The PS5 was and is a hot little piece of... It's a hot item, and people wanted it badly enough to start stealing it from those who had paid a lot of money for it. One Amazon driver was caught on CCTV stealing a PS5 intended to be a young boy's 16th birthday present, and was fired as a result. But only after the daughter of Jenny Walker, the mum who spotted the theft and complained to Amazon and refused its offers of a paltry £50 gift voucher in compensation for a console that cost almost 10 times that amount, drove to the local Amazon depot and confronted the boss with the footage, who confirmed that yes, that was one of the drivers employed at the site. Will Judd, a colleague of mine working at Digital Foundry, hey Will, had footage of a Yodel delivery driver walking away with his PS5 after asking his neighbour to sign for it. But getting Yodel and Game's attention was another battle. Eventually Judd was sent a replacement, but it was a digital PS5, not the disc version he had paid for. So, after 5 days had passed, Game agreed to come and collect it and promised to replace it with the correct disc version. That was in mid-December. And Judd tells me that Game refused to offer any kind of compensation beyond £15 worth of Game points, which means that he actually has to spend more money with Game to make use of them. Side note, he got the replacement a couple of days before Christmas, but holy hell, what a mess. That's an emerging pattern, to be honest, the whole mess vibe. It was only in December that Amazon started to replace the stolen PS5s. And now it's time to move on to... No, wait, I'm not done. There were thefts on the road of PS5 consoles. And when I say on the road, I don't mean lorries that had stopped and were then hit by gangs. No, I mean gangs stole, and probably continue to steal, PS5s, among other things, from moving lorries. These gangs use the rollover method, where they box in a lorry going as fast as 50 miles per hour, climb out of a sunroof or hatch, and then cut into the lorry, stealing the PS5s from within. The Times spoke to a career criminal who said that they're now focusing on delivery trucks because security elsewhere in the supply chain is much higher than it used to be. And a former security manager at the Road Haulage Association said that someone must be tipping off these gangs, otherwise how else would they know where to be and when to strike? Okay, now I'm done with thefts. Now, let's chat about the scalpers who use bots to snipe buy, that's the term I'm going for, deal with it, PS5s, which led to some scalping groups having thousands of PS5s which are then sold for hundreds more than they bought them for, and holy gods, can we not have anything nice? Business Insider got into the belly of the beast and spoke to a UK-based scalping group named Crepchief Notify. By using custom site monitoring software, in all the f***ing scalpers from this particular group secured 2,472 PS5s in November, as well as just under 1,000 from September pre-orders. The bots this selfish scum of the earth group charge subscribers to use snipe retailer listings when they go live, leaving people buying PS5s for personal use scrabbling to catch up. And in the vast amount of cases, they don't catch up, and the scalped consoles get boasted about on Twitter and then posted to eBay. On eBay, these scalped consoles go for more than double the original price, with some disc PS5s reaching $1,100 and the digital version being sold for $900. One PS5 was going for £1,499.99 on eBay when I was writing this video, for f***'s sake. Some of these were robbed by buyers who were collecting the console in person, but frankly, it's hard to have sympathy with someone who targets PS5 listings with that amount of cold calculation. Next in line for people I have zero sympathy for are the scammers on eBay who are selling photos of the PS5 for hundreds of pounds or dollars. These people prey on those who are desperate for a console. eBay has come out strong against these scammers, saying back in November that it was removing all listings for photos of PS5s from the marketplace and said it would be taking action against the sellers. I did a quick search on eBay while I was writing this and couldn't find any listings for PS5 photos, but eBay hasn't done a thing about the scalpers on its site, so... You know who did do something? Very.com, a retailer who decided enough was enough and cancelled 1,000 orders placed by scalpers after the scalping group in question boasted about exploiting a link that could be used to make high-volume orders. Serves you right, dickheads. The thing is, scalpers are going to have an effect on the industry for years to come. UK politicians were so disgusted at scalpers that a group of MPs from the Scottish National Party tabled a motion that would outlaw the resale of gaming consoles and PC components at prices higher than the manufacturer's recommended retail price. Going even deeper than just targeting scalpers, the proposal also makes the resale of goods purchased using an automated bot an illegal activity, thereby denying unscrupulous vendors the chance to make themselves vast profits at the expense of genuine gamers and computer users, while also deterring fraudulent cybercriminal activity. Amen, I am into this potential legislation. Nothing's happened with it as yet, but it proves that scalpers haven't gone unnoticed. Cheery topic, right? Death threats have been popping up online, mainly towards scalpers, with people saying they should be, well, you can probably imagine. But they've happened to people trying to bring some happiness to the PS5 world too. That company I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Supers, had to pull manufacturing of its custom black PS5s because its staff were receiving death threats. It's good to see that the company puts the mental health and safety of their staff before profit, but it shouldn't be put in a situation where it has to make that decision. Both cases are unacceptable and come at the tail end of months of disruption, frustration, and bitterness about the availability of the PS5. At the time of me writing this script and recording this video, there's been no official stock update about when more PS5s will arrive in-store and online, but demand doesn't seem to have lessened in the slightest. More PS5s are coming in 2021 according to PlayStation, so watch this space. And we did it. that was a recap of all of the launch drama surrounding the PS5. If you enjoyed the video, thanks very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Eurogamer as we have a new video out every single day. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go find some eye bleach in the form of ducklings wearing flower hats, so I'll see you next time.